Well, good morning, Pipe Pals. How y'all doing? Okay, it's me, Holy Smoking Pipe Padre, coming back at you. And another little video. It's been a while. Yeah, get a little bit of shot of Java here. Yes. Okay, well, I'm here to talk about my 8th week on the TSC week challenge. So TSC challenge week 8. 2 more weeks to go. Actually, I'm on week 9, but thought I'd give you the results from week 8. Post a couple of videos here and here, and wherever I put them, just there they are. Smoking my kind of my skinny pipe, my 7LE. It's Tuesday, and I'm smoking some early morning pipe. Smoking some. It's very, very tasty. So also I'm using this new Nessie microphone. You know, I like this microphone. It's quite cute. You know, I love the blue microphones. They seem to be very, very, very good microphones for us Mac people. Of course, I don't think they are exclusively for Mac. I think people from Windows platforms can use them as well. I'm going to move the microphone a little bit closer here. Well, today is Tuesday morning, and I apologize if some of you are wondering where my week 8 TSC challenge results were. This past week has been Easter week. We were in the octave of Easter, and I pretty much threw the diet out the window. I'll be honest about that. Let me get a sip of coffee here. I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. But normally at Easter time or Christmas time, I pretty much give myself the permission to enjoy foods that I normally don't eat anymore. I mean, I still eat them once in a blue moon. But one of the things which is good and not so pleasurable, though, about the TSC Heart of a Champion Challenge is the constant logging in of your macronutrients and your calorie intake. And that's the thing that, although it's a very powerful tool to be able to log and track the things that you eat and drink. Most of the things I drink, with the exception of my protein drink, I don't drink caloric drinks. I don't drink sodas. I don't drink milk. I don't drink Starbucks cappuccinos or lattes or anything like that. And mostly water, black coffee. Of course, if you're doing a paleo kind of a diet, you can put in some coconut oil or coconut milk. But by and large, you know, you're just counting you're tracking everything. You can see here. I'll show this to you. Of course, this is a blank one, I think. Or actually, this is my one from Saturday. But you basically are trying to look at your macronutrients, and I think for me, when I do that religiously, I do see a huge benefit, not just in quote unquote weight loss, but fat burning. because if you're eating the macronutrients in those proportions, you know, the palm, the fist, and the thumb, palm being your lean meat source, your fist being your carbohydrate source, and your thumb tip being the fat source at each and every meal, if you're eating in that proportion, I found that one, it helps with hunger regulation over time. And then the other thing is that you will begin to see your adipose tissues being dissolved in the places you want to see them being dissolved in. So that's very important component of the TSC Champion Challenge. So, but last week was kind of like it was a week of celebration. It was Easter, the octave of Easter, the celebration of the Easter mystery. And so there was just, lots of good food to eat, lots of goodies. So I did indulge. And this week I'm on just a basic time off, personal time off. So I'm using this time to kind of go back and recoup my, make up for my past sins. And so that's what I'm doing this week. But anyway, the last week's challenge compared to the week before, pull-ups last week I did 17, which was really great, but this last Saturday I only did 16. And I think part of that had to do with the diet. The diet does fuel, if you will, your strength training, and so it plus another thing too. I've still got some kind of a cold or an infection. I don't know what's going on with that. It does seem to be slowly drying up, but there's just some kind of a nasal allergy. I don't know if it's an allergy. I don't know what it is. But we'll talk more about allergies in a minute too. Then the push-ups, I was able to do got out another 50, and I was happy about that. And then finally, my run, I actually was able to shave off a significant amount of time from last week's was 28. Let me get my glasses here. 28:33. This week I did 27:21. Now that's quite a significant change, and the reason why the other score was really on the higher side last week was because I had been running with this cold. I was right in the middle of it, so I was not feeling good at all. And but I had taken some cold medicine, and it kind of made me a little dopey, and so I wasn't focusing on running straight line distances. And plus on the weekends we have kids playing t-ball and little league and things like that. So I would run around their games, which is only right and proper thing to do, but that's not a straight line distance. Now I know I'm adding more steps or what have you with to my run, which is increasing it. So it was sort of like, well, and then there was one time I actually was running, and I realized after I had done it that I ran down the wrong path. It's an insignificant thing if you're not running for time, but if you are running for time, it can shave about 20 seconds, 25 seconds, either off your time or add to your time. So that's where I did add some quite a bit of seconds to my run last week, but this week it was 27:21, which I was really happy about that. So one decrease in the pull-ups, but the push-ups remained maxed out, and the run got a little bit better. So overall there was some improvement. Weight-wise, from last week I was at 74 pounds. This Sunday I was at 79, so I gained 5 pounds, and I'm not surprised at that. Because again, I pretty much was eating things that I normally are verboten. I was eating wheat, and I can tell I've been eating wheat because I'm breaking out. I'm really allergic to grains. I now know that. Doesn't mean I still don't love them. I do. And some sugary desserts, some chocolate overflow cake, one of my favorite desserts from Nugget, and they have some wonderful pies, berry pie, cherry pie. So I did indulge in some of my favorite desserts and treats. Um, and that was about it. But again, there was a lot of Easter seems to have a lot of sugary. I mean, every holiday has its own sugary treats, but for some reason, we were just having sugar treats everywhere. So cupcakes and jelly beans. We live near the Jelly Belly factory in Fairfield. If you ever heard of Jelly Bellies, they were pretty famous for a while. So anyway, so I digress. Okay, let me kind of relight the old early morning pipe here. Okay, so there we have it. My TSC Heart of a Champion Week 8 is in the can, as they say. And I'm on week 9, and I have it's a 10-week course, so only another week and a half to go. But I have to realize that I'm not going to really obtain my goal of really being ripped and defined. And I think the reason why is because I still have my body mass, or my body fat index is still quite high. It's still about 22, 21, 22. So to see the definition that I was hoping to see, currently that's just not gonna, that's not a reality. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is reapplying or going through this course again, to take advantage now that I started at a little, I'll be starting at a little lower body fat mass index, and get that under get it under 20, and maybe get it down to about 14. For me, that would be pretty awesome. So I still have a ways to go, but I'm still encouraged that I'm going to be able to at least obtain my original goal, and which is pretty close. So, but I know that right now it's not going to happen in 2 weeks. That's just not going to. That's not a reality right now. So that's what I just wanted to say. We'll see if there's going to be after pictures. Certainly, my weight has come down considerably, but I lost most of that about 7-8 months ago. So now it's all in the finer, losing the last 20 pounds, which is the hardest to do. So there's some new strategies that I'm discovering, and I'm looking into taking it to the next step from here. But this has been a good program so far. For me, the benefit has been in the strength training and the cardiovascular training that I've been able to reintroduce into my life, which is a real positive thing, because I was doing a lot of walking, which is very good, and I was being very consistent on the diet, but I needed to challenge myself, and to put in that strength training piece in there. So that's where this kind of really certainly helped to establish a foundation for doing that. Anyway, I'm probably going to go ahead and just end this video, because it's been a little late in coming, and I don't want to go into any other topics right now. I'd like to maybe talk about the canonization that occurred a couple of days ago, but I don't know if I have time to really do that today. So maybe in another video we'll talk about that. Okay? So again, I hope you're all having a great Easter season. We celebrate an Easter season. I hope you enjoyed and really truly enjoyed it, and your life is going swimmingly. Well, until then, enjoy a pipe today if you can. Enjoy the beautiful spring weather, unless you're up in Michigan again. I don't know. Did summer or spring ever come up there to places like Jay's house? You know, I don't know, because every time I keep looking on the news, it just seems like every day they were still getting, you know, really cold, snowy, and inclement, rainy weather. So I don't know if spring ever made it up there this year. I don't know. Okay, so anyway, take care, folks, and again, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.